Even if they never say it, you've left your mark. I am Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. I'd like to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. It's simple. Hit the subscribe button on the left or the right side, and then hit all. Hit the black indicator that says all, and all my content is available to you. If you're coming back for more, welcome back. I love that. I love knowing that you're here and you are watching me again and again. I'm here to support you, my man. I'm here to be here for you. And that's what this is all about. A resource for you when you feel like hearing from another guy, another brother in the trenches. All right, let's jump in. Bonus dad, stepdad, real impact. 3 things that you've already changed. All right. The energy in the room feels safer. Your presence shifts the climate. This is something that us men get to hone and we get to know. Why is this important to us? Well, just think about this. If you're late coming home from work, what happens? Do your kids run to the door? Do they miss you? When they run to the door, when they miss you, or when you're late, do you get flack for that? Yeah, because the energy that you bestow upon the family or that is there, your presence has an impact. And when it's not there, it has an impact. It's duality. It runs both ways. And it's important for us to remember what that is when it comes to remembering who we are. Safe is something that our family feels, our kids feel, especially our little girls and our wife. They know, they instinctively know, and I keep talking about this because it's so important. It's so important. We know this inside of ourselves. They imitate your actions. They're watching more than you know. Your kids do, even your wife. The things that you say, the things that you don't say, they imitate. They will act. They will lead. You will lead with those things, but they will do the exact same thing that you're doing. Similar. They will do it exactly as you have it. My wife and I like to joke because there's things that I don't do that she doesn't do, and I unconsciously realize that I lead that too. When she doesn't do it, when I don't do it, she becomes aware that she doesn't do it too. It's like this perfect mirror. It's something to get aware of. Number 3, you've given their mom peace. You've given their mom peace, and that gift ripples out. It certainly does. It certainly does. Because when you're able to be present, you're able to be a man in your frame, and you're able to be there and just say, look, honey, I got you. Or even just being in her presence, the kids relax. Why? Because when you are in your masculine frame, she relaxes and she's able to go into her feminine frame. And then guess what happens? The nurturing part of her feminine, divine feminine, just flows. And you will see it with the kids because they're not as uptight. They're not worried about just really being themselves. They're going to be loud. They're going to be a little nutty. But that's what it is. That's what happens when children really feel safe and feel comfortable in their house. You get the giggles, you get the belly laughs, they want to rough and tumble with you without any exception. They don't limit themselves as to what they do. And it's so good because it means that you, my man, are doing exactly what you need to do. See, when we are solid in our masculine frame, your wife doesn't have to do that. That polarity shifts. And that means the nurturing part of her comes out. And the kids feel that. They're sensitive. When we know energy, we know energy. We can see it. It's evident. It's evident. All right. Comment, I made a difference. I made a difference if you've started to recognize your power, because I certainly have. And if you are struggling to figure out what that means, or even with this video, you're like, Jesse, I know there's something there, but I can't really pinpoint what I got. I'd love to talk to you. I would love to support you on this because There is a huge benefit to you hearing yourself out loud with me. There's a huge benefit to feeling supported. And there's a huge benefit in figuring out what all of this means, because when you figure this out, my man, everything changes. And it changes so much for the better. I've become so grateful within my house of the family that I have. I mean, my wife and I sat down the other day, and it's been a tumultuous, very much loving last 4 years following COVID. And we sat down the other day looking out the window, eating breakfast. And I looked to her and I said, and I'm a blended family dad, I said, I think we've created family here. And she turned and looked at me, and her eyes started to well up. And she said, I think you're right. And it was in that moment that I realized what I've done, how I've contributed, how I've taken a stand, where I've sat and stood in my masculine frame, and what my contributions have been like. I'm seeing my mirrors. This is a huge gift, and I want you to have it. So go to thevaliantlifestyle.com now and book that 30-minute call and find out how you can do this. Because you can. You have every ounce of oomph in you right now to be able to do this. You have everything that you need. And you can, believe me. Because if I can, you can. All right. Thank you for watching. Thevaliantlifestyle.com. Book that 30-minute call now. Let's do this.